Welcome back on this Thursday morning. A small disturbance will bring in more light snow today for portions of the UP, but big impacts coming for tomorrow evening, extending into Saturday with our next storm system. It'll bring in some widespread snow, initially more of this wet, heavy, dense snow, and then we will notice those winds become quite strong. After the system passes us, we have cold Arctic air that will filter in on Sunday through next week, which will aid in lake effect snow throughout that stretch. Here's what's happening. Here's the jet stream. Big trough is going to be digging in. A system will come in. This is also in the mid levels of the atmosphere. We'll notice an area of low pressure form in the central plains right on in with a surface area low pressure, and that will also help strengthen some winds. We have cold Arctic air that will move in behind this. That system looks to track across the lower peninsula, so basically east of us, but if it tracks a little bit farther east, it'll have some changes to the forecast. This is what we know so far. Time frame to basically, we'll start to really notice the impacts tomorrow evening, extending into Saturday, especially for the overnight hours. Caveats are if the track shifts a little bit more further east, you can expect some less snowfall amounts with this system. So still not completely honed in on that. Precipitation initially some wet snow because of the amount of moisture that's going to come with it. Once that colder air filters in by Sunday, we have that transition to lake effect snow, and that becomes a little bit more of that powdery fine snow. Impacts basically to travel, quite difficult travel conditions with that slush and that accumulating snow. And then after that, we are expecting strong winds to develop, and that could impact portions of the UP with potential power outages as well as some blowing snow by Sunday. Here's what's happening at this moment though. Fuel systems kind of passing on through, not much of an impact with these other than just a little slush today in some portions and some slippery spots. Second system, the big storm system forming over into the central plains, is expected to track across the lower peninsula as we head towards Saturday. Right now, winter storm watches will be in effect for tomorrow through Saturday because of this system for most of the UP. So we'll start it off around midday tomorrow. Not a whole lot happening, though a few light snow showers could be around tomorrow morning. Here we go for the afternoon. We'll start to really notice the impacts across the central and the west end of the UP as that snow begins to increase across the region. Widespread for the UP for tomorrow night, extending into Saturday morning. And it looks like the heaviest snow and the most intense snow will be occurring right along the northeast wind belts, impacting Baraga into Marquette and into Alger counties. This is 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. Then throughout the day, we'll notice the snow starts to taper off across the southern UP on Saturday, but continuing with that lake effect across our northern areas. This is Saturday afternoon and tapering off even more so for Saturday night. We'll have light lake effect snow behind that on Sunday into portions of next week. Wind gusts, well, they'll start to strengthen tomorrow late afternoon, but really ramp up tomorrow night into Saturday morning. This is 7:30 tomorrow evening. Right at that point in time, gusts of around 30 to 35, but ramping up to 40 to 45 miles per hour during the overnight hours, even pushing near 50 miles per hour for mainly right along Lake Superior and the shoreline there. That's where you can expect the strongest winds. This is Saturday morning, 8:30 in the morning, with the wind strength decreasing throughout the course of the day. So the big hazards with that strong wind in place will be to travel, because by Saturday we will likely have some blowing snow, but not just that, we'll likely have some power outages, some downed tree limbs and branches. So I did set a moderate to high risk for these hazards associated with those stronger winds. Snowfall amounts quite impressive for that span of 24 hours starting tomorrow evening, extending into Saturday evening. Easily around a foot of snow for the north central and the eastern areas of the UP. The higher elevations where the strongest and most intense snow will be occurring in portions of Marquette, Baraga, and Alger counties will likely exceed a foot of snow, especially in the higher elevations. Again, this stops at 8 p.m. on Saturday. Does not include the lake effect snow that's going to be coming for Saturday night into Sunday. Right now, quiet over downtown Marquette. Just some light snow across the south central sections, which will decrease throughout the course of the day. Small bout of snow coming in across the west and along the southern counties later on this afternoon. Not much of an impact today, but know that we will likely have some light snow scattered about out there that will likely make for slick spots. High temperatures in the mid-20s in the north with upper 20s across the south. And then here comes that cold air behind that system down into the teens and single numbers on Sunday.